Hi Richard, I'm on photo booth on me Adam's machine. I've just done a 15-minute video to tell you where I am at the moment in time and what we're doing in November. Basically, I'm handing over control of everything to yourself now uh, in Project Empire, and I'll be doing Nimrod 2023 Papyrus. Um, it's New Year's Eve now, and I'm doing a letter of what we did for the year. And it's not making good reading, Richard, because we should have been live now on the 7th of the 7th, 2022, when we announced HRH Infinite. And on the 8th of the 8th, Queen Elizabeth II Micronet. So we're a long way behind. But we've got King Charles stuff up there running. I worked on that from the 9th of the 9th up to December, and to raise money for Christie's. So a lot of charity work was done there, and a lot of work for Age UK, over 50s, and UK schools, forest schools. So if you look at my brammitwordpress.com blog, you'll see that from the 10th, the 9th to 10th to the 12th of December, there's a hell of a lot going on. There's a massive amount of work going on there. And that's all getting charities up and running, which I've had no donations to. I'm in contact with Wythenshawe FM. So I need a better strategy for Wythenshawe FM and the Granada Reports. So, Nimrod 2023, raising money for charity, raising money for Papyrus, suicide charity. 3 walking men raising £1 million a year, walking to London, walking between the capitals, Scotland, Wales. Don't know if they went across to Ireland and London. And there's a chap called, just look at my log here, I've got a new book to note stuff down. Gary McKee. 365 marathons in a year. He did 110 in 2021. Gary McGee. These are people who are up for the awards, King's Awards, British Empire Medal stuff, which is what you should be up for, Richard. So I'm telling you now that I'm going to be applying for a King's Award for you for the work that you've done on Proto Page when you get it working. And now you're going to have to contact every golf club in the UK to get them to register, and you'll charge them £100 a time for the work that you're doing on the registration of it with SSNA, Webador. So you've got a little bit of work to do on getting Forest 404 up and running as an entity with 1,000 golf clubs. I'm passing that responsibility for you, Richard, because I've done enough. I've had enough. I've had enough of it. It keeps me up all night. I want to relax. I want my house decorating now. I want to tidy the house out and do some decorating, right? And have some sleep. I've got a garden that needs doing. My garden, I'm paying people to do my garden for me, because I've got a bad back. But I'm going to have to sort that out. He's not coming down to do it, so I'm going to do it myself. I'm disappointed in him. Right, this video's taken 4 minutes now. I'm going to close on this one, Richard, and actually write the findings of 2022, which is very disappointing because Proto Search should have been up and running. We announced the start of it in January, in fact, 2021, and you've been at it a year now, and the only conclusion is that you're not putting the hours in, Richard. I've asked you to do things, simple things, to get your forest look better. There needs to be an inquiry function where you can click on an inquiry and get what looks like a bank statement back. with the websites and the next 10, next 20, next 30, next 40, next 50, next, but in hundreds, right? Next 100, right? Up to as many, because if it takes off, there's only thousands, Richard. There's going to be thousands, and if you put a value to it, and then advertise in the press that you're selling it to these golf clubs at £1,000 a time, you might get people coming up then and start using ProtoPage to see what people are doing in ProtoPage. If it's a high value product, and then people will start to use your site. So let's get real. Let's put some value on this and do the work for the golf clubs instead of them doing it themselves. Spend a year at it, and then we can announce to golf clubs throughout the world that we've got a Magna Carta of all the golf clubs in the UK with shops. We've set up shops for end of season Marks and Spencer's stuff, for example. I went to a shop once for end of season Marks and Spencer's and bought a suit. We could get in contact with Marks and Spencer's and say we've got outlets in the UK, we've got golf clubs wanting to sell their business suits and wanting to sell their business shirts. We need a bit of persuasion here. We need a bit of effort from yourself to help me out to say what the value of ProtoPage is and how we can put it through to these 1,000 golf clubs in the UK and get you to do the work with me. So I'm putting you down for three websites per night to go on to the PGA Golf Finder, which is in Magna Carta, find out the locations of the golf club and register them in the locations on Magna Carta. Now you need the easiest way to do this is for you not to use my ProtoPage Magna Carta, for you to write a Magna Carta where the golf clubs can register. Then life will be so simple. All we've got to do then is write to the golf world and say to the golf clubs, save yourself £100, do your own registration to ProtoPage, and let's have these benefits. We don't want to be charging you, but if you don't do it, we're going to be charging you, and we're going to be doing click and collect. And we'll make a shop with click and collect where people have drop-offs at your shop. We'll force you into buying stuff. We'll force you to put in sales up. Now that's being a bit bullying, and I can't be saying that. I can't be doing that. We can't be bullying. We need to work together as a team, Richard. And we're not doing it. You're not ringing me. You're not phoning me. You're not talking. We're not talking as friends. You got me doing all the work, trying to promote this product, and I'm putting great value to it. And I believe it's got great value because I'm going to be concentrating now on databases, on Nimrod databases for the NHS, control centers, control systems, crouch control systems, operations control systems, and budgeting systems for businesses. Empire Budget Control Cost Center, EBCC, Empire Budget Cost Control. So let's get writing databases. And I say it should take you as long as it takes me to create a database. And it takes me 15 minutes. And I'm sure you can clone your Forest 404 to create a multilingual, multi-channel database called Zeus without any input from me, or just by looking at all the notes I've done for you in brammy@wordpress.com. I'm going to leave that now. That's 10 minutes, Rich. That's enough for a podcast. That's a plea to you, Richard. Richard, come on board Promotions. Let's get some value to this ProtoPage. Get it in the press, get it advertised, and get the bloody thing out there. Get it working. Do a release one without Proto Search, but with a list screen for the first 100, the last 100, the next 100, the prior 100, and the current 100. Let's do some design. Let's go through working for Design House, which is who we are. We're Design House, established in the 1960s, right? Let's get working with Design House and let's turn this into a product with high value. £100, £101 per proto page. And let's get some sold. Let's get some done. Christmas. Happy New Year, Richard. Happy New Year. That's my end of New Year's Eve. I'm gonna get. I spent £31 for a meal for the company for us, and I ate till I was sick in a Japanese place. I spent £60 for our Boxing Day hams, and I spent £41 for a Christmas dinner for us, which to Turkey lasts me 4 days. And I've just bought me alcohol for New Year's Eve, so I've got egg flip, a lemonade, Advocaat lemonade, wine and beer, and Susan's got me whiskey, which I can't go to get because I've got a problem with my door in my house and I can't leave the house. I've been in all Christmas waiting for Malburn windows to come round. So I've been locked in, doing nothing other than watch nonsense on TV. And I'm not too keen on getting back to work, Richard, without you on board. So this is 11 minutes now. Please, Richard, come on board with Empire. I've given you Project Empire. Come on board and get these sites registered and let's get the bloody thing working. Happy New Year, Richard. Let's make 2023 a year to remember. I'll document it in a document. Send me your email address. Send me your home address. Send me your phone number. Drop me another card with your home address on it and your telephone number, please. Send me a New Year's card so I can put it on my cabinet where I know you are, so I can send you specifications, print some off and send them to you. Right. Happy New Year, Richard. I'm going to get drunk now. I've got a bottle of wine, 2 bottles of beer, and the bottle of Advocaat to knock off. And it's now 8 o'clock. I've just done two turkey wings, two turkey legs for me dinner, and a ham. So I've got a ham to eat, and a second of my turkey legs. I'm not doing any veg. I've got veg left, but I'm not going to do any veg. I've got cake in as well. I've got cakes in. So I've got ham, turkey, cake, 2 cakes, and alcohol. Happy New Year, Richard. Stay well, stay hungry. Let's get working.